Kia ora, Canterbury, and welcome to Friday the 12th of December to Canterbury Live. Well, last night, fantastic evening out in Taitapu at the Ronald McDonald House Fashion on the polo field. It was a wonderful night, about 160 people all there for the fashion, for a wonderful auction, but end of the day, all about Ronald McDonald House. So later on the show, we've got a bit of a snippet of it, of the evening, of me out there doing my bit. I did take the mickey out of a few people, but that's all fun and banter. It was a great night, and then tell you what, there's a couple of horses in there running amok as well, so pretty cool. Well, City Mission, the Christmas tree, we've had even more presents dropped off to us, which is awesome because next Wednesday we will be giving those over to Michael Gorman and the team. We still have a couple of days left though of our Kaikoura Boutique Hotel waterfront room a night to give away, and thanks to Kaikoura Boutique Hotel, you just need to tell us why. It has to be a really good reason, and just to let us know, but you just need to call us on 3777 033, Facebook page us, go to our CTV page and you'll follow the link through if you want to email us. Really simple, great weekend away. We've got some announcements though. Awesome cake. Let them eat cake. Yes, we will. Thanks to Original Foods, and it's a red velvet cake. Delicious. So we have 3 winners. Drum roll, please. On the old cake tin. Our first winner is Tim Kelly. Congratulations, Tim. You have a wonderful cake for you. Next up, Fiona Roach. Congratulations, a red velvet cake will be coming out to you. And last but not least, Eva Sprott. So all 3 of you, congratulations. We will be in contact with you, and Original Foods will be in contact with you as well with your wonderful cake. Too good. Now, the Christchurch Casino, yes, we have a couple of $50 vouchers, of course, to announce who's won those. Really cool. So the first is Megan Malone. Congratulations, Megan. You can enjoy that voucher for you. And also Mary McDonald. Congratulations, Mary. How wonderful you can enjoy it over this fantastic Christmas period down at the Christchurch Casino. Coming up on today's show, though, we catch up with Mike Doo, Head of News, find out what's been happening around the region this week, and we find out about a wonderful new book, Animals in Emergencies, which is great. And of course, I did say we'll have a bit of snippet of fashion on the polo field. But first up, my goodness, she's been a busy girl. It's Sarah from Hands Craft. Wow, you love buttons though.
I do.
You think you've got a button fetish?
Well, yeah, but I come from a sewing background, so there's no shortage of buttons in our household, my mother's household, or my grandmother's. So.
Well, let's talk about that, because I always remember Nana, and I think Mum still, always any jersey or jumper, they'd take off the buttons and put them in a jar.
Yep. And
do
we've
you
still got a lot
I've just totally glossed over what you've got on your head? I don't know how I managed to do that. That's it. It just suits you so well. So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's feeling that way today.
And is it? Oh, deepest, don't worry about love. Okay, right. Let's have a look-see. What have we got here?
So today we're looking at beads and buttons and different ideas that you can do with them, because what we're just going to demonstrate today is really simple. Just basically, these are just buttons that have been pinned on with pearl-headed pins.
Oh.
So really simple, either over a cone or over a ball. So that's about as basic as you can get. If you want to keep the kids entertained,
yeah,
you can do this version.
Wow.
Which is just sequins pinned on.
Mini disco ball.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours worth.
Are you serious?
Because there's a lot of sequins on there.
I hope someone appreciates it.
But what you can do is you can paint it first with a water-based paint,
right,
the polystyrene ball,
okay,
and then just pin the sequins in, and it doesn't have to be as tight.
So what do you paint it with?
Just an acrylic paint.
An acrylic paint.
Just a water-based acrylic paint.
Okay.
Yep, and that's fine.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. It's so pretty though, they do stand out, don't they?
Yeah. So the basics of this is just a polystyrene ball.
Right.
And just some pins.
Yes.
If you want you can get different coloured heads, but you can also be, if you want to, you can paint them with nail polish.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Some of us are that sad.
What, should we call you sad? No, I just think you're creative, my lovely. You've got great patience, which is incredible.
So one of the important things I would say is that when you're doing this is to actually glue your pins in, because otherwise, as you can see with the likes of this, some of them have dropped off in transit.
Oh dear.
So,
yeah. Oh well.
So what you're doing is you just have your polystyrene ball, your pin, pick up a button, and you literally just, if you've got glue, PVA glue is fine. You just want to dunk
PVA glue.
Dunk it in the end. and you're just pushing it in.
Oh.
And so that's all you're doing, is you're just basically building.
I was going to say for preschool, that probably wouldn't be that good. Pins and children probably wouldn't be that great, but it's
some kids are really good with pins, actually.
Yeah. I suppose they'll do it only once, won't they?
They do tend to.
Yeah.
We find that with needle felting, that a lot of preschoolers are actually really enjoy it. And that once they've learnt, once they've pricked themselves once, that's enough.
Lessons learned.
Yep.
Okay.
But
this one here, the white one,
Yep.
we're talking about the pearl, that's extreme.
Yeah. So this is from basically back in the 80s. There were a lot of books around with all these beaded embellishments and things, and it was done. That's the base to it. So
it's
gluing
like Cinderella's
it is, and
coach.
that's why I made it, because it reminds me of Cinderella's coach,
Oh,
and that's
see
that princessy
Sarah,
thing.
there you go.
I know, there's the girly side to it. And then other variations with the buttons. I mean, you can just thread them onto ribbon and make a garland.
Wow.
Beads and buttons just threaded on and a little knot between.
One for a little girl though, that's really quite sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, see, that one's got little bells on it as well.
Crikey.
So the wire shape.
It's a love heart?
It is.
A love heart, yeah.
So you can make the shape out of wire,
Yeah.
wrap it with ribbon, and then this is just using wire and beads and buttons just threaded on and just purely wrapped round.
I love it. That's your favourite word, isn't it? Just. It's just to you, my lovely, but it's not just to everyone else. I tell you that for nothing.
I know someone else said about just.
Yeah. Just there. This one here, so it's like a little mini wreath.
Yep, so that's just a little lampshade ring or just a little metal ring. And again, it's that same principle, just with wire threaded on and wrapped round.
So you are recycling of sorts, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got these bits and bobs at home, it's more just getting the base from hands and just building on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They do also do bags of buttons, because quite often if you want to do them all in the same colours, you'll struggle to actually find that many colours in your own button collection.
Right.
So you can get packs of just red or just green.
Now, my eyes have been caught, like a Kia, over the decorations in that box.
Now, this is the joys of Christmas, when you pull out decorations that other people have made you over the years.
Right.
And so this was one of our old staff members, Lee, who's no longer working at Hands, but she made these beautiful decorations.
Stunning.
So they are stunning. And that's just another example of what you can do with beads. So
we're going to have instructions for which one today?
So basically
for the tree?
Just the basic tree and how you can just do it on the ball as well.
Okay. And so remember, they're on our website, PDF, really cool, you can print them off. It's another thing you can do over the Christmas holidays, isn't it?
Yeah, kids love buttons, so do adults.
Well, also do adults, you know. So does Sarah. Yes. Okay. You got much planned for the weekend, lovely?
Yes.
You're working, aren't you?
I am working.
Okay. Well, make sure you go down and say hello to Sarah down on the team. And like we do every time Sarah comes on, we've got a $20 voucher to give away. So you just need to call us on 377033 and you could win a Handscraft. And you could, with that $20, buy one of the cones, surely.
Or a whole lot of polystyrene balls.
Wow. You can never have too many balls, can you, Sarah? No, that's great. Okay, lovely. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
After the break, we talk animals in emergencies. I love it.
Sing sweet silent night. Fill the tree with angel hair and pretty, pretty lights.
Hi, I'm Jude Kirk. Join me weekdays for Let's Go Shopping.
At NCRE, there is no job too big or too tough. We can take care of all your air conditioning, heating and electrical needs. NCRE, we'll get you sorted.
Whatever the adventure, Abbey Road is Kaikoura's streetwear specialist. With a wide range of clothing for any weather and any condition, including possum merino, Abbey Road has you covered. Abbey Road Kaikoura.
Blackwells has a proud history presenting leading vehicle brands, extensive backup and service for a total one-stop driving experience. Holden, Mazda and HSV new and used vehicle sales, servicing, parts, paint and panel, Isuzu truck sales and service, all together in one convenient location. More selection, more value, more quality and more reasons to make Blackwells your number one choice. Visit Blackwells today, corner Waterloo Racecourse Road, Sockburn, or online at blackwells.co.nz.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Stay Well Pharmacy.
At Stay Well Pharmacy, we do more than just dispense prescriptions. If you're looking for a new perspective on your health options from a qualified health professional, then come in and see us. We have 2 private consultation rooms where you can discuss your health needs with our team in confidence. We combine the best of the health food shop and a pharmacy to give you a holistic approach. For a new direction in your future health, call us for an appointment. Stay Well Pharmacy. Live well, stay well.
Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Wanting to add some vibrance to your home? Or just looking to brighten up your workplace? No matter the occasion, the Hitching Post has something for everyone. Lose yourself in their extensive range of homeware, art, glass and plasma cut metalwork. The Hitching Post is your one-stop shop for great style and quality. So come on down to the Hitching Post, 722 Marshland Road.
Kids Television is right here on CTV. With an exciting range of kids programming, join in on all the fun, Saturday 7am to 8:30am, right here on CTV.
It's all mummy kissing Santa. How about it was dad kissing Santa? I mean, you know, we're all PC in that person. Ladies, I'm always impressed when we have coordination between guests and myself, and this is just a little bit ridiculous, really. Look at us all. Could be a national party campaign. Just
no, it's definitely not.
Oh,
no, there's no national
That's
campaign.
another book, that one is. I'd like to welcome...
That's our next one.
Ms. Donnell Gadeen. Oh, very lovely. And Associate Professor Annie Potts. Welcome to Canterbury Live.
Thank you.
About a beautiful book. I mean, it is sort of like a pictorial as well, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. So it's about animals in emergencies.
Mm.
So what inspired this to happen?
And what inspired it?
Yeah.
Well, I think I was, here for the earthquakes, and after the February one, not long after, I noticed in the newspaper, the press, that people had tried to break down through the cordon to get into the central business district, which was the red zone, of course, and that was to rescue their pets, who they'd had to abandon or who had been left behind because they couldn't get home to them from work. So I noticed that, read about it, and thought, what did happen to the animals? And how can we help the animals? And then I started to hear more and more stories about it, and people would just talk to you about it if you were interested in that subject, and so I decided to research it. And then luckily, Donnell came here from Perth,
Western Australia.
And you
Sheep is a bit different, the weather, just quietly.
Very much better, actually. I'd prefer it
cooler
against the grain, but yeah, I'd prefer it cooler.
Oh, good on you.
But yeah, it was approximately 3 years of collecting interview material and speaking with people and gathering their stories of the quakes and how they were affected. So it's culminated in the book.
Great. So explain your roles then. How was the role working together? Who did what?
Well, the project was started by me, and I had started collecting stories, and then Donnell, whose former career was as a vet nurse, came to our department at Canterbury University and to the New Zealand Centre for Human Animal Studies, and she is studying there now. And then you applied for a summer scholarship, didn't you?
Yeah, so the University of Canterbury does summer scholarships, and one of the summer scholarships was helping Annie with her research.
Oh, neat.
Which was neat. So I got to do that over 3 months last summer, and through that process, Annie asked me if I'd like to come on as a co-author, and of course that was a dream come true. So my experience working with companion animals and knowledge of companion animal behaviour, etc., came in handy. So we finished it off by collecting some new interviews that were perhaps more relevant to the last 6-12 months, and taking some of the more immediate experiences of people whose interviews had been collected in the aftermath of the quakes and brought it together. So it's turned out really well.
Yeah, it has. And it's not just, we may just think dogs, cats, but there's a whole collection of different animals. I mean, tell us about the different ones that were caught up.
Well, I interviewed people from Rat Rescue, which nobody had really thought about, and the stories from them were very interesting because they had rescued rats from pet shops after the February earthquake in particular, and also they had found rats that required rehoming because people had abandoned their houses, and just thinking that they were, in another situation might be wild creatures. They put them under their house in the cages with the cage doors open, thought they could just survive on their own, but of course domesticated rats are not only unable to survive on their own, but they're easily noticed as prey by other predators. So you've got some stories about hedgehogs. Is that you want to talk about?
Yeah, and the hedgehogs were really interesting too. I think they sort of had a primary and a secondary impact for them. The first one was that the liquefaction flooded many of their burrows and where they were housing, and hedgehogs tend to have these sort of territories where they are, and so they would have got a nasty shock, I think, when they found their homes flooded with the liquefaction, which caused in many cases their spines to fall out or be ripped out or pulled out. And urban wildlife carers would go and find these hedgehogs that were stuck in the liquefaction. I guess, a portion of them would have perished. They would have drowned in the liquefaction and not been able to be rescued. But the ones that were then suffering from skin conditions that were caused by the liquefaction. And then 6 months after that, they were ready for hibernation. So 6 months after the February earthquake, ready for hibernation, and they were going into some of the areas around the houses that had been abandoned and were set for demolition. And so they had to go and be retrieved and be, taken to safer places so that they weren't killed or harmed in excavation. So they sort of had this two instances where they were in great peril. So they've had it tough.
That's so intriguing. Well, we've just teased you today with just a few stories, but there's so many more in the book. Where can we buy the book, ladies?
You can get it through Canterbury University Press or through Nationwide Distributors, that's a company based in Oxford.
Right.
But it should be in all the bookstores. I know it's in Scorpio's. Do you know where else it is?
We can Google it, seriously.
I think it should be in all the bookstores that you know about, but also the independent ones.
Yeah. It's a great conversation piece, I think, as well. Just really spurs it. And we've got one of the wonderful books to actually give away. So thank you very much, ladies. Thank you. It's a real treat. So if you'd like to win this beautiful book, Animals in Emergencies, just simply call through to 3777 033 or Facebook page, just email us. You know what to do. And you could be the lucky recipient. All the very best to you. I look forward to seeing what else comes from you. Awesome duo. Stay with us after the break. Fashion at the Polo on the polo field, and Mike D is here with a weekly wrap up.
In Good Shape, examining all aspects of healthcare, medicine, research, nutrition, fitness and beauty, with in-depth interviews from medical experts. It's all here on In Good Shape, Tuesday morning at 9:30 CTV.
Undergone home renovations? Looking for that special something to complete a room? Look no further than the Hitching Post. Their extensive range ensures you can find that special something. From plasma cut metalwork, to candles, artwork, weather vanes, or even a customised gate. So come on down to the Hitching Post, 722 Marshland Road.
Come on down to Ferrymead Golf. Care for a game of paintball? How about some swings on the old driving range? Or on our Par 3 9-hole golf course? Test your skills on the mini golf course or have a go at the airgun shooting range. Then relax at the Wow Cafe with one of our super succulent Wow Burgers. Whether you want to perfect your swing or are looking for a fun family day out, come down to Ferrymead Golf, 50 Ferrymead Park Drive, right next to the Ferrymead Heritage Park.
Are you having trouble with your old mower or just have too much grass? At Mead Mowers and Chainsaws, with our wide range of Husqvarna mowers, no job is too big or too small. We stock rotary, ride-on, zero-turn, out-front articulated riders, and robotic auto mowers. We have the Husqvarna mower for you. Call in and visit Gavin or Peter at Mead Mowers and Chainsaws.
When you need to know what's happening in your region, join me, Chris Lynch, for Canterbury's biggest conversation, first at 5, CTV News, weeknights, right here on CTV.
We need to put a Christmas hat on you.
I know.
Because you're all full of Christmas, aren't you?
I love Christmas, it's great.
Yeah. Yes,
More than you.
insincere.
Yeah.
But one thing that sincerely is great is EQC.
EQC, yes. It's been a particularly busy week on the flooding discussions this week. EQC had a finding from the High Court this week to say that basically anyone who suffers flood damage as a result of the earthquakes has got the chance to sue them as a normal insurer,
Right.
and also go for remediation damages if it wants to do so. So that's been some good news for the local residents, especially in the Flockton Basin here, which of course have been particularly affected by the earthquakes and their land subsidence and changes as a result of that, and have got some recourse now to have a go at EQC in the future. However, of course, some of the local groups are still not entirely sure if that's going to mean anything when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
EQC has been saying we'll take it on a case-by-case basis, but they're not so optimistic about that. In addition to that, the council today, the Christchurch City Council, came out with it's going to go ahead with its plan. It's a $48 million plan of remediating and doing more, basically making culverts and flood redirection strategies around the Flockton Basin as well over the next period of time. So that might give them some peace of mind, but they're also going back for discussions for another $5 million worth of red zone culvert redirectioning as well, which is a decision they'll be making in March next year. So it's been very big for the local residents of
Huge.
Flockton Basin,
Yeah.
especially with flooding and post-earthquake issues.
Are they actually giving it, it's wonderful they've announced it, but they're actually giving any time scale as far as when it will happen or how it's going to happen?
Well, they've been trying to do that for some time.
Yeah.
I think everything going well, it should be done from the near future. Could mean anything. How long is a piece of string?
Near future.
Yeah, I think they're basically trying to roll this out over the next few months, and hopefully over the next year, a lot of the work will be done. If there's an extension to that regarding the additional $5 million development, that might take a bit longer. But they seem to be rolling out these processes quite quickly, and as long as the public like what's going on and there's no hiccups along the way, because some of these things involve potential buyouts from the local residents. If that goes ahead, then it shouldn't be too much further down the track. That's the theory, anyway.
Yeah, that's the theory. It's always good in
see.
theory, isn't it?
Yes.
Finance guy.
Finance guy. Okay, so Southern Canterbury Finance, the director, Edward Sutherland, was sentenced today. He was given, now he's a 73-year-old man.
Yeah.
He was seen to be not...
He looks so sad on the telly.
He does.
Really? He looks broken.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, wow. He is broke, isn't he?
He is broke.
Yeah.
Apparently it cost him $2 million.
Literally.
Yes. I don't know if he is. It cost him $2 million to play his court case.
Yeah.
So that's quite a lot of money. But the other side of it, he only got 12 months home detention, given his age and some mitigating circumstances. As the judge believed that he wasn't essentially the main culprit. So
what's home detention? What
basically
is home
means
detention?
that he stays at home he's not allowed to break the law, but he's allowed to stay at home.
Is he allowed to go outside home?
As far as I know, yeah, he doesn't have to wear an ankle brace,
Yeah, that's
braces
what I
and all
mean.
that. Sometimes that's applied, but I don't think in this case it necessarily is. So I'm not sure about that actually. But it pretty much gives him scope to do what he wants. But as a 73-year-old man, I think there's no danger to him wanting to go too far, or
I mean,
he's
what
not
a
a flight
humbling
risk.
thing, though. Yeah, right, exactly.
Maybe
But
he is,
pretty
yeah.
humbling experience, though.
Must be,
after a
yeah.
lifetime in business.
Yeah.
I'm not defending what he did at all, but I think he's probably paid for it untold, really, since
He probably
then, hasn't
has.
he?
Yeah.
Fonterra.
Fonterra's had also another really big week. Their milk solid price, the international milk solid price, continues just to go down, and they are trying their best to promise a better payout to the farmers as things come around, as the next season comes around as well. But that's one of those things that would seem to be going down because the Chinese market isn't demanding as much as they had before, and of course that's one of the biggest suppliers. I think it might be their biggest supplier. So they've had a bit of a tough week, and of course they also had a finding this week saying that their botulism issue, the scare that they had with the milk products, I think it was last year, found them to be wanting and not having to follow their supposedly due processes as diligently enough. So it's been flooding milk and fraud.
Not flooding milk, but a bit of floods and milk. Hey, that's awesome. Thanks, Mike D. Have an awesome weekend, won't you? I will. Thank you. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm remembering that we did go through the fashion on the polo field last night, so now we've got a bit of a snippet of all the events. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm off to Twizel. Yes, I am. Bit of rowing, not me personally. Go Stack. See you Monday.
So today we've got the fashion on the polo field, which is the first time we've ever run this event. It's raising money for Ronald McDonald House, and it's part of the successful A Day at the Polo that we do on the Saturday. So we've already got the marquee here and all the polo happening, so we thought it was just a good way to make a little bit of extra money for the charity. Everything's being donated, so the models have come from Portfolio Model Agency. The hair's been done by Corkin and Friends, and Kristen Stewart School of Makeup's done all the makeup. And then the fashion houses that we've got Deval, we've got Working Style, we've got Angela Stone, we've got Beliza from Tai Tap, Sarbouge from Akaroa. Who else have I forgotten? We've got Repertoire and Anna Streeton as well. So we've got a really good lineup. So yeah, and this is Matthew Mark, our CEO of Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, thanks, Lizzie. Look, it really is just a fantastic opportunity to get out there with our local community and to raise the profile for Ronald McDonald House South Island. Yeah, we, as an organisation, we have the privilege of being able to serve many families from our local or our wider communities. That doesn't just happen, and so events like this here are really key for us in order to raise those funds so that we can keep our doors open 24/7.
And it's Gilbert here, man about town, out here at the fashion on the polo field. What do you think, Gilbert?
Oh, I think it's great. Yes, absolutely lovely. There are some great fashions up there on the catwalk, and some very stylish stuff. And it's good to see the men's fashions, although I just wish there'd been a bit more colour with the men's fashions, because I like to see men wearing colour. You know, the tips are still a little bit on the dull side, but I do like colour. And very stylish stuff, very elegant tonight.
And you must be absolutely stoked about tonight.
You know, it was such a fantastic lineup of fashion, and I think just menswear, the women's wear was so outstanding. And I think the models looked amazing, location, and just the lovely people that are here supporting the Ronald McDonald House. It just doesn't get any better.